Hi, everyone. First of all, I hope everyone is staying safe and doing well. And I hope that your families are safe and well also as we start to ease ourselves out of lockdown over these next number of months. I've been asked to do a report for the first 15 and how the season went for us. And I thought, since we're all used to Zoom and different video aspects like that, that I would just come on and do a video report instead of a written report. So if you'll bear with me, I'll try and reflect as best I can on the first 15 throughout the season. Before I start, though, however, obviously we operate a senior squad that encompasses the firsts and the seconds. So I think it would be wrong for me not to mention the seconds briefly. There will be a second 15 report that goes up on the Facebook page and on the website in due course, talking about their season in more detail. But I just wanted to say that from a coaching group perspective, we're delighted with how the second 15 have gone this season and view it as one of our big developments that has taken place over the course of the season. The second 15, just to give you a stat, scored 483 points throughout the season, which is an average of 23 points per game, and have played a really attractive high tempo brand of rugby. Certainly in training sessions between the firsts and seconds, when we've gone against each other, team versus team, there has been a decreasing difference between the two sides, and that has been really, really pleasing from a coaching angle to see this year. Obviously, the seconds had successes in the league, finishing in a relatively high position, and then obviously had their Towns Cup run. Unfortunately, they came unstuck against Ballynahinch in the semi-final, but it was really pleasing to see some excellent victories along the way, notably over the likes of Lisburn and Oma Seconds. And it was really, really good to see from a coaching aspect the things that we continue to work on in training starting to come off in matches. The second 15 should be a breeding ground for future first 15 players, and I certainly believe that it has taken steps in this direction. To talk about the first 15, I'll talk briefly about the Ulster League to begin with. The Ulster League, we ended up starting pretty well in. We got ourselves into a position around Christmas time where we actually had a chance to win the league for the first time. So that was really exciting and a challenge the players wanted to take on. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the job done up in Macrofelt when we played Rainy Old Boys, and credit to them, they went on to win the Ulster League. It was good to be involved with a chance to actually win the league, and I know it's something that in future years we would like to potentially achieve, actually getting to that position and then getting the job done in the end. Look, obviously the main part of our season is the All-Ireland League. Once we had to shut the league down because of the pandemic, we were sitting in fifth position. Just outside really where we wanted to be. We were obviously throughout the year trying to push as close to the top as we could, but we were pleased to still be in the playoff picture. To throw another stat at you, we finished top of the try-scoring bonus point charts. Banbridge obviously has a history over the last number of years in playing an attractive and high-tempo brand of rugby. We've tried to continue with that. We've tried to develop that as well and push it on in any way that we can. So finishing top of the bonus point charts for scoring tries was particularly pleasing for us. To go into a bit of detail about the season, we obviously had a difficult start, losing our first three matches. However, we definitely felt that at least two of those matches we had chances to win and we just didn't get the job done, which was pretty frustrating, but there was never any panic regarding how we had gone in those first three games. Certainly the coaching and playing group stayed relatively tight-knit, and we knew that it was just a matter of time before things started clicking for us and we started turning those losses into victories. Then we happened, as I'm sure a lot of you know, we went on a great run of rattling off 5 out of the next 6 victories, which was awesome to see, and picked up a losing bonus point away to St Mary's. So it was a really good 6-game sequence for us that fired us up the table, and we actually ended up in third position for quite a significant portion of the year. Obviously within that there were a lot of good victories, but 2 in particular that were really great to see were the Shannon and Armagh games, both at home. I think you saw the culmination of a lot of things that we've been working on bear fruit in that game, and it was really pleasing to see how we played against two very, very tough opponents, but not only how we played, but the hunger that we had to continue scoring tries and to see us not only record victories, but to get try scoring bonuses in both those games. Look, we all know that Division 1B is an exceptionally tough league. After Christmas, we recorded some victories and some close losses. Notable victories coming at home to Navan, and frankly phenomenal performance away to Nice in really, really horrible conditions in what turned out to be our last game of the season. We had a few close losses, obviously at home to St Mary's, and again another game in horrendous conditions away to Belvedere. It's pleasing, I suppose, to have chances to win both games. But on the flip side, it's pretty frustrating to also then lose both of those games. But I think one of the characteristics of this squad was, out of the 14 games we played in All Ireland, there's probably only one that I thought we weren't in a position to win. And that's testament to not only how hard this league is and to actually get victories in this league, but how our squad has worked throughout the season to make sure that we are in positions to win games, or if we're not winning it within a game, we're within touching distance. Another good stat for you is that we had 14 debutants for the First 15 this year. We seem to be developing quite a mixture of experienced veterans, I'll call them, and also younger, sort of newer generation players coming through, which I believe is vital going forward. And it's really, really been a pleasure to watch some of the young guns come into the side, and not only come into the side and survive, but actually to thrive in those situations, and to not only get one cap, but then to end up getting multiple caps throughout the season. We're really looking forward to seeing how those guys develop going forward. For myself personally, it was my first year being involved with Banbridge Rugby Club. So there's a few thank yous that I would like to say on a personal note. Just thank you to everyone that has made me feel welcome in and around the club. I've been at a few clubs in my time, and I genuinely haven't felt as much warmth or friendliness around a club than I have felt at Banbridge, and that's testament to how the club is run and the people that are within the club. I would like to thank my coaching team that I work alongside and the management team I work alongside. I genuinely believe we have a special group who are all passionate about seeing Banbridge continue to progress and continue to develop. It's been a real personal highlight for me, just a lot of times in that coach's room before and after training, whether we're talking about details surrounding the game or just having a bit of crack. It's been really, really a pleasure to be a part of. I'd like to mention the work that Hannah Eady does as our physiotherapist. There's obviously a significant amount of wear and tear that goes on in the season, with the league being of such a high standard, and there's significant injuries that take place and significant recovery aspects that need to be managed. And Hannah has been excellent in all those aspects, and our thanks go to her. I would also like to thank the Rugby Committee and Director Rugby, Andy Duke, for their support of the First 15 and myself and the coaching group throughout the season. And I would like to put out another thank you generally to those all around the club, the bar staff, the ladies for their post-match food, and different people that have just been supportive around the club throughout the year. It's a wonderful place to be a part of, and it's been a real pleasure throughout the year. Look, the final person and the final group of people that probably reserve the biggest amount of praise and thanks from me is the players. Club captain Mike Crummy this year does an immense amount of work behind the scenes, and I'd like to thank Mike personally. And he leads an excellent senior leadership group. But it's a genuinely hungry group of players. They're really keen to develop. They're great crack. They're not afraid to take the hand out of each other or take the hand out of coaches if we particularly deserve it. And it's a really fun and challenging environment to be a part of, and long may that continue. This lockdown process and our pandemic has created a significant amount of challenges, but it's also created some fairly unique scenarios. It's probably, as a coaching group, given us the chance to reflect upon last season in a deeper way than we maybe ever have before. And, it's been really good to get into the minutiae of the detail regarding how the season went, and looking really deeply at aspects that we could improve and trying to come up with strategies as to how we can do that. So this lockdown period for us as a senior coaching group has actually, I believe, been really good and been really fascinating in a lot of ways to challenge ourselves and challenge each other on how we can take things forward going into next season. So for me personally, that's been really enjoyable over the last sort of 8 to 10 weeks. There's been a different challenge this year regarding obviously recruitment. We've nearly come to the end of that period for trying to bring new faces into the club that we feel are going to add value. We have a significant amount of players coming up from the under-18s, which is vital for our for the long-term state of our club, and it's going to be great, to be working with those guys next year. And thank you to their youth coaches that have prepped them up until this point. Recruitment-wise, it's been an interesting and slightly different way of doing things regarding obviously not actually physically being able to see anyone. I've spent quite a lot of time on the phone, and I know other coaches have too. So we're really excited with what we've been able to do in this period. We feel that we've had a good recruitment period, and hopefully we'll be able to release some details to you in the coming weeks or months regarding that. And we're really excited now about next year, and we just can't wait to get back. Look, my final point really regarding next year is, our players have been working exceptionally hard. Probably a lot of them have actually kicked on their fitness levels significantly from when we saw them at the end of the year. I fully expect that we're all going to be in the situation that we're pretty desperate for rugby to get back and some form of normality to get back. We will try and be as adaptive as we can and as reactive as we can, both as a coaching group and as playing group, and also the club in general. And I'm sure to ensure that all necessary precautions and safety measures are taken as we go through these stages that the IRFU have put forward for us to return to rugby. I hope it's not too long until we get to return to rugby. I am really looking forward to attacking next season in whatever aspect that might take, and I know that's shared by everyone that's involved with the senior squad, and we're just really looking forward to getting back into the rugby club and seeing people and chatting to people and just getting that Saturday buzz that we all miss at the moment, and we're all looking forward to seeing again. So look, I'm sure you've listened to me for too long. Just let me sign off again by saying thank you to everyone on a personal level, and also on behalf of the senior squad and First 15 and coaching group for the support this year. Hopefully we're getting back to normal soon, and we can all see each other again and cheer on the First 15 and Second 15 next year in whatever form the season takes. Stay safe, everyone. Hopefully this lockdown starts to ease us and we can get back to normality, and everyone continue hopefully to be safe and well. Thanks.